The news is legit. Entertainment is here. Coming from the streets, no deal. It's the Looney Show, we always keep it real.
Hey everybody, it is Looney. I'm back. It's been a minute, but I'm here. It's just been really interesting, especially like in the times that we're living in. With us being run by a mad king. It's just been very interesting. Here we are. But I really wanted to sit here and I wanted to talk about, if you would have talked about 2026 of us coming into 2026, you would not think that the Clintons would be the ones to possibly actually save our democracy. That was not going to be on my bingo card for 2026. So for those who don't know, recently, the Clintons were actually asked to come and speak for Congress, speaking against the Epstein files, which we are all saying just go ahead and release the files, okay? And they're just like, nah, our lawyers went ahead and they sent them a whole cease and desist, like, look, we're not going to go in there. We're not going to, it's like we've already gave all the testimony that we can for it, pretty much, release the files. Even Bill Clinton is saying release the files, and we all know how everybody feels about Bill Clinton, okay? A lot of people feel that Bill is a weirdo and like a creep and everything else. I could probably see it. I'm there with you all not on that, honestly. But he has been saying for the last almost 2 months, release the damn files. And I'm like, if he's sitting here saying release the damn files, why aren't y'all releasing the files if it's you all have the smoking, if the Republicans have the smoking gun of saying like, yeah, we got it. We got them. Like, we can get the Clintons. We can bring them down, right? Just release the files. So, they don't come. The Clintons don't come. They're like, nah, we ain't going. They go ahead, and then they go ahead and take it to a vote. Take it to House, Congress, whatever. Have to go vote on it. 9 Democrats went on it to go ahead and subpoena, the Clintons. 9 Democrats when it said to go ahead and subpoena the Clintons. I'm like, do you all really feel like this? I was just like, they're saying, yeah, here. But it took 9 other Democrats to be like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to subpoena them. I don't know. We want to get. We want to see what's going on too. I'm like, fine, go ahead. Let's see what's going on with this. But it's very interesting to me because looking at this whole situation, you're like, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. These are 2 of the most talked about and hated people in especially in Republican and MAGA circles. Oh my God, they love talking. It's like every time they hear their names, it's just like mouth just watering. They love hearing stuff about Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, and so it's very interesting to me that this is what the GOP is willing to go after, let alone those 9 Democrats. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm like, if it forces out the Epstein files, I'm cool with it. But at the same time, it's just like I still feel that the Clintons, there's no reason for them to be subpoenaed to come in and talk about these files. There's no reason for it. So, it's just, it's very interesting to me that it got this far. But if it's going to sit there and start sitting there and bring down this administration, hey, I'm all for it. Let's do it. You know what I mean? But, it just gets back to, just hearing about this stuff and just, seeing the things online that people are saying. And it's very interesting to me that people, that the GOP would, go this far to subpoena the Clintons. You know what I'm saying? The Clintons, a Rhodes Scholar, 2 Yale law school grads. Like, these two are some of the greatest legal minds in U.S. American history, like just U.S. history. Period. They are. Like, they are very. They know the law. And the thing is, what should scare everybody is that even Bill Clinton, a Rhodes Scholar, has said all the way out, you know what? Hillary is smarter than me. That should scare y'all. Okay? That should scare the GOP. And I don't know why they want to sit here and bring subpoena the Clintons. It's very, they know the law. They don't do anything illegal. So it's just, it's just very interesting to me. Like, you want to bring them both in. And they want to, and the thing is, they're cool with it. They're like, okay, you want to subpoena us, but we want everything public. They want everything public. So they're willing to do this in the public eye. And it's just like, I was just like, y'all want to really do it this way? Like, this is crazy to me. The Clintons might save our country. Which is something that I don't think that we ever were even thinking about. Because, like, this is so crazy because, like our politics in the United States of America right now is just like a damn joke. We're not a superpower anymore. We're just out here, and because of this administration, you know what I'm saying, that we currently have, we're just a running joke. We're not doing anything. We're just out here existing, and every day is like, another episode of a long running soap opera, and the fact that we brought him back. Oh my God. It's just so interesting. It's just like how we are as a country. And this is like, and the fact that people in this country want to sit here and subpoena, feel like it's a good idea to subpoena the Clintons. Yeah, that's really gonna go over well. That is so funny to me that that is what might happen. I don't know what to really think about the whole thing, because, like, what are we gonna do about that? The Clintons, like, Clinton has been out of office for literally 25 years. He's not been in the White House in 25 years. He's been gone. Hillary Clinton has been done with public service for the last almost decade. She has not held a position for the last decade. And these are two people, like, despite how we feel about them personality-wise and things that they've done and everything else, because they're nowhere near perfect, neither one of them, okay? They have always, when it got down to it, when the time was right, they were always there, and they always put our country first. The Clintons have always put our country first. And again, it shows, why they were elected officials to begin with. They're showing why they were. Here they are being subpoenaed and saying, bring it on to this administration, wanting and really fighting. It's basically who they were. If you've been following if you ever followed the Clintons and know their story, just it's like, how they came to be, even before when Bill was governor of Arkansas, running for governor of Arkansas, they were, at the time, they were pretty radical. You know what I'm saying? They were progressive. For the time they were. Bill Clinton has a very high respect for Hillary, and a lot of America really doesn't like Hillary because of the simple fact of how she is. They feel like she's smug. They feel like she's always trying to one up, wanting to be a man and all this selling things, being homophobic with her, saying that she's a lesbian, and then there's women that feel like that she's a sellout because she stayed with the man that, that cheated on her. And it's just, and I think that's up for debate, how you view it. There's a lot of people that like her and there's a lot of people that don't like her. But whatever it is, she's definitely loyal to her husband. That's obvious. But people have demonized her for it. The Clintons have gotten a lot, I'm not saying it's not deserved, but it has been deserved and also undeserved. They have done, they have done, good work for our country as well. Not saying they haven't done harm, but they have also done good work. Two things can be true at the same time. No one's perfect. And I'm not sitting here trying to defend them. And they are sitting here literally at their age, they're almost, both of them are almost 80. And here they are senior citizens being brought in and subpoenaed, after being out of public office for so many years. And here they are defending, coming here and defending our country yeah, we'll go in, that's fine, but everything's got to be public. They want everything to be public for this, for this subpoena. You want to bring us in for questioning, you make it public. The Clintons have nothing to hide. As much as we want to sit here and slander Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, he's asking for transparency. He's been and I'll say it again, he has been asking for the last 2 months to release the files. Release them. If you're so worried, if you say I'm doing something and I'm telling you I've done something, go ahead and tell me. Anyway. But yeah, again, the Clintons, they are literally fighting. They are literally going out and fighting for our democracy. It was just and what I was saying from the beginning is if you followed the Clintons from the beginning, when Bill was running for governor of Arkansas, you can even go back then, and you can see even back then that the media has had a thing for getting at the Clintons at the beginning. Mostly because of the simple fact of Hillary, only because of the simple fact she did not want to change her, for the simple fact she didn't want to drop her last name being married to Bill Clinton at the time. Let's talk about that, okay? Hillary Clinton is literally a woman that has, from the jump, and I can even bring you to the YouTube video to prove it, of how they even asked her about why she doesn't change her last name. Okay? She never dropped Rodham. And the thing about it is, even years after he was governor, and then he decided to go ahead and put his bid for running for president. When he was running for president, there was such a problem that Hillary still had Rodham. And so she had to sit there and add Clinton just so that he could get elected. Just to show you, just to give you an idea of how threatened they were of Hillary Clinton. Okay? Alright? And I'm not even a big Hillary fan or anything like that. I'm neutral on Hillary Clinton. She was useful when she was useful. That's how I feel. But I'm not going to sit there and act like, you know what I'm saying, that she wasn't a woman that was in a male dominated field and she thrived. She thrived. She still thrived. She became Secretary of State. And she should have been our president. She should have been our president. So it's just it is what it is. So it's just I'm very new. I was people don't want to talk about it, but I'm very nuanced when it comes to various things, when it comes to certain, for certain things. And I just worry about like how you know how people are really viewing this. You know, this is a very pivotal moment right here. We could be. I was like, this could be like, this could actually change a lot of things. Because I feel like you know the GOP, they've really stepped in it. They've really stepped in it, and obviously Donald Trump is, you know, spiraling. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's happening. This whole thing, you know, he's spiraling because it's just like for them to go after the Clintons. I was just like, I know they're not going to go after the Clintons. When I heard about this thing about a possible subpoena for the Clintons, I said, for what? I said the Clintons follow the law. It's going to be difficult to sit there and try to go for two people that have been known to follow the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are two people that did their jobs in public service at a very high level and were successful at it. Now, they definitely had their mishaps for sure, but it was all mostly it was more personal than it was political. They had personal mishaps. The Clintons had personal mishaps. Political? Not as much. They're good on that scale. You know what I'm saying? They know how. Like, I'm sorry. They know the job. They do. And they're gonna prove again, like right here, why we elected them to begin with. Why we're looking at them at good standing to begin with. Because their track record was proven. And here they are being put to the test. What more do you need? You know, what more do you want? You know what I'm saying? From people, you know, from the people. Because it's like, I'm sick and tired of us sitting here having these conversations. And we all definitely want, you know, the people that, you know, want it. But we can't sit here and get on people who have proven track records. Okay? It's bad. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. No one's perfect. But you want to sit, but it was like, but you want to sit here and get on these people. You know what I'm saying? But here they are, doing what? They are doing everything they can. They're doing everything they can to go ahead and fight for it. But yet you hate them so much. Everybody hates the Clintons, but here they are being subpoenaed, being like, well, okay. Here we are about to save our democracy because we're not about to get arrested. And it's just, you know, I had to sit here and I had to come on and really talk about this stuff because it was just like, it was really, you know, it was just very interesting to me. It's like the new year is starting off interesting, bro. It really has. Like, people really need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on. This is a very pivotal moment with the Clintons being subpoenaed. This is the first time a former sitting president has been subpoenaed to a committee. This has never been done before. This is unprecedented. And a former Secretary of State, former First Lady of the United States of America. These two people served our country with honor. Okay? They did. They did the damn thing. Sorry, they did. No, despite what you feel about them, the Clintons did a very good job of representing the United States of America at the time they served. They did. To certain people, yes. But they did the job. They did the job. And the things about it is they also took responsibility for the things that they messed up on years later. Because they didn't know about how it was going to affect certain things. Because even Clinton did that. Both Clintons did that. Both Clintons did that, and even Biden did that. It's like we didn't know what that crime, because of the language of the crime bill at the time. Because they said because of certain things. It's very true. People really need to do your research. Just because they have missteps, it doesn't mean that they haven't sat there and acknowledged the fact that they had the missteps. You have to account these people for them accounting for the mistakes that they made. You have to account that. give politicians a little bit more room because they are human too, and they make mistakes. They're not going to make the right decisions all the time. They're not. Because we don't, as humans, make the right decisions all the time. But that's all I have to say about it, because it's a lot. But also do some research on it a little bit. Look it up a little bit about, with this whole thing. Oh yeah, actually, before I even go, like, I have to talk about this. It's like another reason that, he wants that Bill Clinton wants these, the Epstein's files released, is because of the simple fact, few facts that I found out. Number one, Bill Clinton has never been on the Epstein's island. That's one. Number two, he stopped being friends with Epstein 20 years ago. I think it was like the last time he saw Epstein was 2003. And he cut off communication with him. Now, I don't know why he cut off communication with him, but Bill Clinton has also never been on that island. So we have to really sit here and be like, the things that we're saying about these people, and it's currently being debunked. You know what I'm saying? In real time. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is being debunked in real time. Because people are saying like, oh, Clinton's on the island. Clinton's like, like this, that, and the third. And I just don't like, it's just like we are seeing right now, if he's saying open the files, he has nothing to hide. Because he knows he's never been on that island. He's like, I've never been on that island. So it must be something if he's saying open the files. Because Bill might drop a bombshell in that, on that thing, make it public. If he's saying make it public, they're about to drop some bombshells. If that's the case. You want to sit there, it was just like, and the GOP don't want that to happen. They don't want it public. They want it behind closed doors. And the Clintons are asking for transcripts. They want transcripts. They want everything transcript. So it's just like, you all have to really sit here and look at this right now about these five. I was like about this whole thing and look at it. They're fighting for our democracy. Period. They said public, transcripts, cameras. You know what I'm saying? They want cameras. And the people that do that means they have nothing but truth on their side and some other stuff. Knowing the Clintons, it's some other stuff too, because the Clintons always come with something. If y'all don't remember how Bill Clinton used to govern back in the day, see some old videos. He was a thug. He was a thug. Clinton was a thug, bro. He was a thug. He used to come through, just govern, bro, and we all listened. Okay, we did. So, this is this is what it is. Like, you all gonna see how the Clintons roll. Okay? This is gonna be interesting. Love y'all. Take care.